Day 67. Oh, it's so cold. And it's really early because it was cold, so I went to sleep yesterday kind of early because when you're cold, you might as well just get all snug, and when you're snug, you fall asleep. So now it's a little after 2 a.m., and I don't know, it's minus 6,000 degrees outside. Oh, it sucks. I'm so sick of the cold. The only caveat is that I am up on top of a mountain, so I'm headed downhill, but it's not like it's like a real mountain where it's like I'm going down 10,000 feet. It's going to be warm down there. No, it's going to be kind of cold, wet down there until Bob comes out and fixes things right. I need some sunshiny days, man. I'm so sick of being cold. It's not supposed to be this cold, man. It's just not. All right, so I'm slowly cooking my coffee. Muster the will to carry on because I don't want to just sit here and shiver. So, let's go walking through the dark or some such. Let's go try to find somewhere where a land that is warm. Somewhere that has actually experienced spring and is done with the winters. Ice should not be falling from the sky anymore. Let's muster up the energy and the will to go do this, huh? I'll see you out there. Man, this sucks. I don't remember that being there last night. I can't see a damn thing. It shows up better on camera. I'm just gonna hike with my camera out the whole time. Let's adjust that up just a little bit. There we go. It is fucking cold. It is wet. Oh. Yeah, awesome. I'm sick of winter. When will it ever end? The only time I am not in perpetual winter is when I go back to Arizona. Okay. A long walk down this little blue blaze. We're back on the trail. And I need to find water. I am very, very, very low. Okay. It's cold. We're putting the camera away. We're probably not filming much, and we're going to kind of hike hard to not freeze to death. Sounds like fun, huh? Yeah. Let's go. This is not fun hiking. Ooh, at least they got these baby trees to block some of the wind. What are all these black hairs? Huh. It's going through puberty. Cute. Every once in a while the clouds roll in. I can't see 10 feet in front of my face. But, there's rocks everywhere. Show trail, it's not like I can get off trail. So there's that. But I'm all wrapped up. I got stuff over my face. I had to take my glasses off because they can't stop fogging. Do they have anti-fog glasses? I really need to find some of those. Oh. Everything is really cold and uncomfortable, and I am totally unhappy. I should have just stayed in my hammock. But what am I going to do? Lay there and, just wait, I guess? At least I wouldn't be in pain. Whew. And, I stopped off in the shelter. I stood in there for, 20 minutes. Just wait until I was not in severe pain anymore. So I could carry on. And of course, that group of kids was not up at 3 like they said they would be. I'm shocked. How about you guys? So it's good. I was mildly condescending to them in all of my talking with them. Thinking back, I was kind of a jerk. So I came in and they're already set up. And I was like, man, did you guys stay here last night? Like, no. And I was like, oh, it sure looks like it. And then on the way out, they're like, yeah, we're waking up at 3. I'm like, yeah, sure you are, buddy. Yeah, everybody says that. I just left there at 4:20 or so. And one guy woke up. and he asked me, would you like to lay down? And that was really nice of him, because there's nowhere to lay. There's standing room only for, me. Everybody else already has the floor taken. But there's no way I wanted to lay on the floor or anything. That's cold. But it was nice of him to offer. I don't know if he was offering his nice warm bag, because he was going out to pee. I just said, yeah, thanks, man. He just climbed right in his warm sleeping bag. Just got to keep it warm for you till you get back. No, but I knew beyond a shadow of a doubt that none of those kids would be awake. But I was like, hey, they said they were going to be up at 3, so I could just barge on in, because there's no quiet entrance into that shelter. Oh, I cannot wait for the sun to come up. You better be doing your job today, Bob. I'm expecting a lot of you. I'm sick of winter. I want you to drive it away. Burn it out, man. Burn it out. Okay, I gotta hide my hand. It's frozen again. Yeah. Alright, so it's not any warmer, but it is way less windy as I go down. It'd be really nice if there's somebody doing trail magic down there, and I was like, hey, can I just hop in your car and you turn on the heater for a few minutes? Okay, that wood tells me, oh, there we go. I was like, that wood tells me not to keep going straight, even though it looks like I should keep going straight. I'm in a lot less pain than I was. I'm still in pain, but I can actually think about other things other than the severe amount of pain I'm in, so that means it's lessening. When I woke up, I pop out of my, I got everything packed up. I pop out, I pack up my, right here? Pack up my tarp, and my hands just froze while I was doing it. I was in so much pain, and then my hands stopped working. So I did a really half-assed job of packing that all up, thinking I'm just going to go in the shelter. There's like 20 or 30 people in there. It'll be warm, at least a wind block. But I couldn't find the freaking shelter. Everything was just whiteout conditions. I wandered around. I lit up a bunch of people's tents. And then I finally found those concrete slabs. And I was like, okay, I remember which way the stairs were going. So they led me back to the shelter. And by the time I got there, I felt like I was going to lose fingers. It took me 20 minutes for the pain to subside, like not just to get warm. I sat in there for, I don't know, a good half hour, I'm thinking. Hard to tell, I'm just like dancing in place, hugging my neck, put my hands down my pants, anything I could do to warm those fingers up. Fingers were designed wrong. They get cold way, way too easy. And then when they get cold, they stop functioning. And I really rely on those for like everything. The trail is slop. Little bounce here, little bounce there. Try not to get my shoes too wet, because my toes do hurt pretty good. But it's getting better. It's definitely getting better. Can't tell if there's stars out, but I kind of doubt it. Am I even going to get a sunrise this morning? I mean, the sun will rise, we know that, but will it be beautiful? Will there be holes in the clouds for the sunlight to come through and play off of the clouds? Okay, we're out of rocks and into dirt. That's nice. That's an improvement. Gotta hide my hand again. It hurts. Annoyances. Stupid cold. Go away. Don't come back till next winter. You got a time and a place, and this is not the time nor the place. It's damn near summer. I think it's May already. Yeah. May not be a summer month, but it's close enough. It edges up next to one. It should be warm by now, damn it. We made it to the road. It's not any warmer down here. Yeah. But I see some stars. That's a good sign. some stars, some cars, play electric guitars. Are those lights on? Or is that my headlights reflecting? No, that's lights. Let's see if there's anything to hide behind over here. Warm up for a second, maybe have a safety meeting. There's a buttload of people out here. Look, I thought a bunch of people were night crawling and shit, but they got blankets on and stuff. They're going up to watch the sunrise. So the headlamps, I'm like, where are you guys going? They're like, hiking. And I looked at them, I'm like, you're wearing fucking blankets. You're not going hiking. Don't lie to me. I can go up. Wish you didn't go up there, freeze your asses off, and run back to the car before the sun even comes up. Bet you money that's how it goes for most of those people. They don't have cold weather gear on, they got blankets and shit. They'll have some coffee now already pre-made. Yeah, I doubt it. That's their cars. Some of them already peeled off, went back. I heard them like, no, this is too cold, this is too cold. Yes, it is. I agree with you. And if I had a car to hide in, I'd be there too. But I do have a shelter coming up in 3.5. But it'll probably be tolerable by then. Because Bob will be out doing his damn job. No clouds to slow him down today. Flashlight. What is that light over there? Seen all sorts of people out at night. Don't know how well it shows up, but it's one of those days where I'm above the clouds. It's so cold, the clouds are low. Like those pokey things right there, those are clouds. There's a whole blanket of them over here. That might do some interesting stuff during the sunrise, but I don't think so because it's below me. Below me! Stupid cold wind. This is where I have to imagine those people are coming to watch because this is the closest place where you can see a sunrise. Oh, falling star. Did it show up? It totally did. Nice. Look green. I had some copper in it. Hey, maybe we go down the other side of this hill because the wind's coming from my left. Shit, I see signs all over the place. Which one's the trail? Motherfuckers, you got a three-way turn and you're not telling me where the trail is? I'm going with this stuff because that seems pretty traily. And it's the direction I hope it goes. Because this might lead away. No, this is just a sunrise spot. This is probably where they're headed. They'll all be hunkered down behind that little rock right there. Wondering whose idea it was to come up here in the first place. Well, now that we're here, let's look at their stupid informational kiosk. Hey, if you went to North Carolina, they have privies. If you went to Tennessee, they prefer you just surface shit everywhere. Dirty, dirty Tennessee. They're famous for a few things, like this is where the KKK was born. Hey, they got that claim to fame. They haven't invented the privy yet. They got mad at an elephant and they hung it by its neck from a crane until it died. Tennessee. At least we're not Alabama. And then Alabama. At least we're not Mississippi. And Mississippi. Well, we never learned to read, so talk all the shit you want on a bumper sticker about us. We'll never figure it out. It's a long bumper sticker, but it's not meant for the people of Mississippi. It's just too easy to make fun of the South. It really is. I know a lot of y'all Southerners, and you're like, we got Southern pride and stuff. Like, I don't know, what are you proud of? We make moonshine or something. That's your claim to fame. I see the South as like backwards. I really do, and I'm not trying to hurt any of y'all's feelings, but if you guys could go back to the 1800s, most of you would jump on that bandwagon instantly. Take away everybody's rights. Women's no bees, right? Colored people don't need no rights. Just white men that own land. And that's how I feel about it. You can dispute it all you want, but I don't really care. That's my view. South needs to get modernized, come up into the modern age, you know, shit, at least the 80s, jump up into the 80s at least, you know, get out of the 1880s. Alright, rant off. It's not bad in here. I got a hill and foliage blocking the wind. Whew, I kind of needed that. I was getting really uncomfortable being all exposed out there. Oh, uphill. Giant wet rocks. It's more like a slab of rock I'm walking on, not individual loose rocks. Still got that safety meeting in. Hey, this isn't a bad place. Let's find a dry rock to sit on. Everything's moist. Oh, I think I see a good boulder up there. Yeah, we need to do something. I'm unhappy. Let's turn that frown upside down. Yeah, we got some sitting boulders right here. You look dry. I'm relatively protected from the wind. Take 5. We'll get back to that in a minute. I didn't even bother sitting down. That rock was cold. I rested an ash cheek on it and was like, oh, never mind. Didn't even bother taking off my backpack. You can get safe while you stand around. So I took off my backpack. My back would get cold. I've generated a lot of heat and stored it inside this backpack. Okay, it's about to get warmer. It so is. You'll be sweating in a couple of hours, wanting to complain about how hot you are, but you can't. Oh, interesting string of lights and hunts. I'm assuming by the size of the section of forest that's been cleared out around it, that that's somebody's mansion. Because when you buy a really nice house, you can't have all those trees blocking people's view of how much money you spent on your house. You gotta kill every tree in the area so that people can go by and go, wow, that guy's rich. Back into it. See, it's just like one slab of rock. Look at all the striations. That's pretty cool, man. I think that's where I started. I'm guessing that's road. I've not gone that far, have I? I realized I got up sometime just after 2 o'clock. But it was just so cold and uncomfortable that I didn't leave for over 2 hours. And
That's without any safety meetings. Because I was so cold, I didn't want to even do that. That's rare, huh? It's probably kind of creepy for the guy to wake up and he turns out his headlamp and he's looking around with the red light on and zipping and stuff, and then he notices my shoe and he follows the red light, goes up my leg, and then once he realizes he's on a leg, it shoots up to my face real quick. He's like, oh, good morning. do you want to lay down? I just thought that was the kind of strangest response. Like maybe I'd stood there all night long because I couldn't find a place to lay down. It was nice of it, but kind of a weird thing to say to somebody right off. Oh, quick like. Oh, that should make a great campsite on a nice day. Look at this. You got that overhang to build your fire in. And you do have some shrubberies to block the wind, but not enough. Definitely not enough. Okay. I know the trail's not that way. Assuming I'm not going the way I came. Can't read the side. So I plod along straight. Because that's where it goes. I see footprints. Although everything around here is going to have footprints. There's no public land on the East Coast. Little strips, little trails here and there. There you go. Thanks, please. I was going to check eventually just to make sure. Well, we got some pinks and stuff's going on. Yeah, because it starts going back down. I'm going to actually head back up to these rocks and just sit there and enjoy sunrise. It might be a different one since I'm above the clouds. It's not often. Look at me going backtracking. But, sunrises are really rare. Good ones are. And what if this was one of those? And how far do I have to go back to get a view? Guessing all the way to them funky rocks, huh? Might as well sit there and hide behind some rocks and stuff and pretend I'm enjoying myself. Kind of thing. You pretend you're enjoying yourself long enough, you start enjoying yourself. It's part of being mad. You can convince yourself of anything. I'm going to convince myself that I am warm. There's that rock. It's not as high as I was remembering, but I have no view here, so I have no choice. Yeah, because if stuff's going to happen, it's about to happen. I was hoping to do a time lapse, but I still don't even really have a view there. There's nowhere to sit. My camera that wouldn't be blown around by the wind. Straight knocked over. Oh, there's a little something going down here. Nah, I'm not taking that down. I don't know where it goes. I can see one other hill peeking above the clouds. Can't even hold my camera steady. The wind keeps pushing it around in my hand. There's a road right down there. Why am I not on that road? That looks really well protected. That's probably where this leads. Yeah, this would be a great time lapse. I can see the clouds moving slowly to my right. Even if the sun didn't do anything cool, just watching the clouds cruise across like snaking along like a river. You can see where the mountain just parted them and pushed them all over there. I don't know why they don't go in the valley. But I'm guessing that the clouds are rather cold, the valley is rather warm, so they're having a hard time mixing. It's easier just to float over it. It's already after 6. So the sun is coming up pretty early nowadays. So enjoy your night hikes while you get them, peeps. They're at a premium. And nuts. Oh, wind. And my arm is getting tired, so I gotta put the camera down. This thing weighs more than you know. Tried getting up on these rocks. Thinking I'd have a better view, but it's the same view, a little more exposed. And I got to see the people poop on the other side of this rock. Yeah, I would have known that had I not climbed up here. But that's Tennessee for you. You asked for it, man. We don't do privies here, just shit wherever you will. There's only the one bright spot now, so I assume the sun's gonna pop up right there any minute. But oh, I'm getting cold just standing around waiting for it. But all the other colors that were going on have totally dissipated. Those people did make it up to the hill. I can just see them around that bush that I thought they'd congregate around, because if I was up there, I'd be in that bush too. Right now I'm using these little guys as a wind block. They're not great, but they're better than nothing. It hunts. Enhance. Do 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 do. We got a little bit of color change going on the clouds as the sun just hits them at the proper angle. Get some purples, nuts. Rise from your slumber, Bob. There's work to be done. Enhance again. Good morning, sunshine. Don't go away, Bob. No. Okay, so we'll put that on the list of things to do. Get a good time lapse at Rowan. Oh, I saw flash photography going off. do you need a flash to take a picture of the sunrise? I don't know. I don't do photography. I dabble. We saw what we came here to see. Tally ho. Oh, I do kind of need water, don't I? Let me check the map, see what my options are, because I don't feel like touching anything cold. Yeah, there's water and, well, there's a shelter and water in 1.7. Oh, I got humans behind me. So I guess I'll go there, get some water, make some coffee. Only makes sense. Oh, well, hell, that's too easy to collect from. I can't pass this up, even if it is cold. Because at the shelter, the water isn't at the shelter. It's down a little blue line, and I'm lazy. Lazy, but I don't like being cold. Rocking a hard place, man. It's about 7 o'clock. I just got passed by 4 people. I suspected they were the people in Rowan's shelter. But I don't know. Because I didn't really get a good look at them. You know, they were all in their puffies and in their sleeping bags and whatnot when I came in. And really, I don't recognize faces all that well anyway. I don't know why, but I can meet you and then meet you again later and not remember you at all. Most people just kind of look the same to me. Doing the walk and filter thing. Just hoping to get on that shelter real soon. Wake everybody up while I make some coffee and breakfast. So a second coffee because I did have one of those, but this will be first breakfast because I didn't have enough water for that as well. And so we prioritized the coffee because come on, man. Oh, this is gorgeous. Bird stuff. gotten much better. Oh, there were people at the shelter. Well, there was one dude. I guess there were people. There was multiples at one point. Man, I can't remember his name either. The engineer or something along those lines. I can't even remember. Everybody had like tough sounding names. Terminator and Iron Man came by. Wow. Are we all tough guys? I did make one of our names. But we're, adults, children out here, No, I bet I saw them off, and then I have a whole new group showing up because I am wasting time here. I already did my breakfast ritual. And, all those guys stopped for a safety meeting, so that's rather pleasant as well. Of course I will join you. But I'm not in a hurry. It's a nice day. I'll pack up my stuff. I'll slowly meander. This is the last place to sit for a while, so I'm just taking advantage of it. I have been carrying a marker and have yet to sign one of these. I like that they have these. There was a couple of them the year I did it, but now they are quite common. But they are not nearly as signed as one would expect. Hundreds and hundreds of people have gone through here. Hundreds. And still people carve their names. I've been seeing that guy a lot too, but I don't know what year he is. But always in that same color. I'm assuming that's his as well, because I've seen those near him as well. Oh, so while I was sitting there for way too long, several people, which is like little day packs, went by walking dogs and stuff. And they mentioned, sorry, I'm going uphill, it's hard to breathe. But they mentioned that there was a visible aurora borealis from here last night. I did not see that. They said they saw a picture, that it should be on the news. We're far south. We'd have to be hit by a huge magnetic storm to get this far south. So I'm not necessarily believing it, but I haven't been in society for a minute, so I don't know. It's possible. Whew. Oh, the sunlight feels good. Whew. Hopefully this is the last cold spell. Okay, so down here is where the barn was. This is like Yellow Gap, I believe it's called, or Yellow Mountain Gap, something along those lines. But there's no longer a barn there. Is it down this way? I don't remember. I know it doesn't really matter. It's not really there anymore anyway. I was going to walk down further, but if I have to like look at a map and stuff, and I'm just looking at where something was. What I remember about this spot is that I had filtered. Oh, that was that shelter. Okay, so the shelter that I had second breakfast at today, I filtered water there last time, and I left my freaking bottles there. 2 of them, because I was carrying 3 liters. But I left 2 of them there, and a lady named Kat ran my water all the way down here from that shelter. I'm pretty sure it's down this thing. I just feel like it is. Down there to me with the water still in them. I was like, wow, it's one thing to bring somebody their bottles, but another thing to bring them the bottles full of water on the AT, or, I could have gotten water somewhere else easily, but she still did it. And I remember her for it. Oh, that is a kick-ass tree. Wow. Looks like it's turning around to look at its own butt. It's like, I got back. Fuck you, Mike. Fuck you. This would be a nice place to do a time lapse, but it is cold and windy up here, and I don't want to stay up here long enough to do a time lapse. So back into the shrubberies I go. Decided to set up my tarp so it could dry. It's been wet since this morning. Have myself a little bit of top ramen and give 12 a chance to catch up to me. And I'm only maybe 10-ish miles from where I started today, so not pushing hard. It's slightly after noon. But 15 a day should totally do it. Somewhere in that neighborhood. I didn't do math, but that's what feels good to me. So that's what matters. It's kind of a nice day out there. When a cloud comes over, it gets cold, but as long as the sun is shining, tolerable. I'm all packed up again. 12 has passed me up. We're gonna maybe see about going down to Mountain Harbor. I think that's way, no, not Mountain Harbor, something like that, to get their killer breakfast. It's only 7 miles down the way, and it's like 3,000 feet downhill, so easy peasy. And I was able to look it up while I was sitting there because I have service. And yes, a huge solar flare is hitting the planet right now. A mega one, so maybe I'll see some aurora borealis in the morning. I'm going to set up my 3D camera, or not 3D, but whatever, 360, there we go. Because it has a nighttime mode for capturing the stars. So I'm going to set that up and see what it can capture. But still wake up early. Because I want to see it with the naked eye. More than I want to see it on my camera. So it is mostly downhill to the bed and breakfast place. Where I'm hoping that you can just set up your own tent outside and still get in on the breakfast. I'm not sure exactly how that works. We're going to check when we get closer. So I'm not going to pay to tent if there's no breakfast involved. I'll just buy the breakfast outright if I wanted that. But this is the hill between us, and you can see people going all the way up the side. You know, but what's that? Maybe 400 feet tops? And there can't be much more between me and the road because it's 7 miles to the road, and it was like 700 up and 3,000 down. So this is going to take most of that 700 up right now. That wasn't too much of a hill. You can just see the whole thing, which is unusual for the AT. You have to go this long without trees. Ooh, I can still see hikers way over there. By way over there, it's probably a quarter mile. Maybe, excuse me, maybe a half mile. But on this trail, that's a long ways to... Ooh, see, I got the hiccups. What's this plaque about? I think we should have a safety meeting on this rock. It's not windy where I'm standing right now. I don't see much movement, so hopefully that holds true for the next 20 feet. Looks like somebody tried to pry this thing off. The corner's all bent up. They're like, hell, is this thing made of copper? You know how much that's worth? I don't think it is made of copper. Maybe. Of course, when I pull up there, the wind starts in. So I'm like, screw it, man. I'm just going to do a walking safety meeting. You can't stop me. You can only slow me down. I was gonna say civilizations, but I can tell they're all mansions from up here. Jeebs, look at the size of some of these in hunts. Oh, that costs a lot of money to live in the Rowan Highlands. It sounds all fancy, like you're in Scotland or something. Huh, what are those things in hunts? I think those are condos. Oh, there's a huge building up there. Is that like maybe a casino or something? Why not? Yeah, it looks like something for tourists. I'm a tourist. Let's go. Woo. So I checked the weather report, and it will be cloudy tonight, well past my bedtime. So I'm just going to wake up early, because it said the clouds would dissipate somewhere around midnight. So, I'll wake up at 2 or 3 and come out and have me a look-see. I bet my camera can take some pretty decent pictures of them with its nighttime functionalities and all that. Can scratch that one off my bucket list maybe, because I'd like to see them, but I don't want to go to places that are cold enough to house them. And that also makes me wonder if we're seeing them this far south, because it's really so far south for them. Like, is it doing damage to infrastructure, satellites, things like that? You'd have to think some of our older technology, because some of our satellites are from the 70s. I keep my fingers crossed that I get to see some tonight. I don't care if we lose some satellites. As long as my gut still works and I can upload to YouTube, what more do I care about? Wobbler. Think of the amount of damage all these rocks have taken from everybody's poles. You see where we're grinding them down. You don't need no poles. Hold the camera in one hand, your poles in the other hand for balance. Ta-da! Evidently, at some point, we entered North Carolina, and we just left it. Nice campsite. Oh man, look at all the people up in there. You can see where this big old rock crash landed right into this tree.
Gap, which we went through today, 10.4 miles.
Yeah, we've done almost 16. Well, we will have when we get to where we're going. Look at the size of that beauty. You deserve a bigger blaze. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, it is. It's interesting how it fractures. Very straight lines. There's a crow feather. I just found me a Patagucci hoodie in reasonably good condition, hanging in a tree. Might just be an upgrade to my Amazon. Patagucci, 5-star. Okay, so the plan is we're gonna pick up some water in about another 1.5 miles and start looking for campsites. The road 19E that leads to Mountain Harbor Breakfast is just after that, but they charge like 20 bucks to camp, 15-20 bucks to camp, and you still have to pay for breakfast, which naturally, because that's a really great breakfast. Breakfast is only $15.99 or something, they said. Wobbler. So I believe we are going to camp in the woods, because why would I want to camp at their place? You know, pay money when it's free out here. And then wake up early, see if we can see some aurora borealis. That would really tickle me. It would. And then go be first in line for breakfast. We could not find any information on what time breakfast is served. And since they only make one big breakfast, if you are late, you will regret it. So I'm going to be there early. And maybe from their yard, since there's no trees, the aurora borealis might be more visible. Maybe I could snap some good pictures of their place. And be like, hey, I'll sell you these pictures for a couple breakfasts. So the first campsite we came to was totally available. We were the only people. Been hiking around them for weeks, maybe longer. So we came in first, go up the place out. This was the only place I'd fit, so that's Camp Crawler. 12's over there. We're gonna wake up early, see if we can't see some aurora borealis and get some breakfast. But it was amazing. Like, there's spots all the way back there. Everything was completely open. I've been hiking around them all day too. I just met them today, I'm pretty sure. I don't think they're through hikers just by the size of their tent. Plus they had names like Shannon and Kelly or something, I don't even know. But this is working out well. I got my Patagucci on. Boom. Oh, yeah, this thing's stylish in my size and everything. It's a medium. It's got a cool hood that probably doesn't fit over my bat hat, but it hugs the skull, so I can wear a hat over it for some strange reason, just in case I wanted to. Oh, I could probably wear it under the bat hat. That makes sense. That makes sense. I'm still learning. Oh, it's nice. Look at that zigzag pattern. Thing damn near new. You know, it belongs to one of them hikers up on the hill. They dropped it on the way in. If they see it, I'll give it back. But until then, it's